Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, and thank you very much for that interview with Adam from Law. My name is Hysterics. I'm joined by Dagda. We got told to look pretty. I tried. Dagda didn't have to do anything. Let's be real. He just stood here, and it came naturally.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're pretty handsome yourself.
Thank you, man. This is a loving car. It's a great way to start, isn't it? Really good way to kick us off, especially when we've got a good matchup ahead of us. We already talked about it. It was already talked about there from the two of them. I mean, Adam mentioning the meta, mentioning how he's kind of situated in this team. I think more importantly, mentioning who he's going up against today. Myrwn is this new face. Adam has been situated in the league now. This is his third year. I think the biggest thing for me, Dagda, is that Myrwn has that same kind of flavor in the champion pool that we're hoping to see when he goes up against Adam today.
I think it's going to make things super interesting, especially when you look towards like the opportunity for counter picks, as the desk was already kind of alluding to. So yep. I'm very hyped for this matchup. I'm also very hyped for the jungle matchup. I think Sheo had a decent enough game against Fnatic. I mean, look, there was a few hiccups in that game. It wasn't the prettiest for either side, but I still think like Sheo is a guy that I'm keeping my eyes on to see just how strong he can be in that jungle role. He made a name for himself at the start of last year, but struggled when it came to summer. Now going up against Elyoya, I think this is going to be a big test to see where does Sheo land coming into 2020.
And I think giving them the caveat as well, which is really important in this meta, people are still finding their feet. You look at co-streamers, you look at players, everyone still says, we're still working out how to play the game properly, how to play it efficiently, new mechanics in the game, new systems, and we're only on week 2. We're in the middle of it right now, and as you were talking about in the car on the way over here, Dagda, it is the halfway point of winter. But remember, we've only had 5 days of gameplay as we kick off that 5th day right now.
Yeah, halfway point after today for our groups, but we still got all the playoffs to look forward to. We'll be losing 2 teams at the end of next week. But coming into our draft now, a little bit of a change-up already. Seen that Senna taken away. Teams kind of realizing yesterday how impressive that Senna Seraphine could be. Azir also rising up in priority with some of the nerfs to things like Akali in the mid lane. But it does mean Rumble's gone as well. So curious to see exactly what the game plan is. Kalista, Xin Zhao, what's going to be option?
And it has been a go in that bottom side. Nice little tidbit there as well. But on this 14.1B, remember things like Corki have started rising up as well through the mid lane. As Kalista still there and present, but I want to see what the response is as we get a bit of that flair from the top laner who, again, is trying to complete that God's champion pool that we've already seen partially of. But Varus, another pick in the bottom side, Dagda is more important here. With the Neeko, again, we're not shying away from that for BDS.
Yeah, I think it's just a super strong pick at the moment where you can get a good amount of push in lane, which is what a lot of junglers are looking for when they want to try and go for these invades, especially off, say, bot side push as well. But also just the fact that it is a takeaway from Fresskowy. Fresskowy has been leaning over towards that pick quite a bit and trying to set up for these big team fights for Mad Lions Koi, so not surprised to see that taken away. But I think Elyoya here will probably try and go for something like the Xin Zhao, or maybe even a Vi to try and take away from Sheo. Sheo has been good on where he's able to kind of be that engage tool for Team BDS. We saw that a lot last year in picks like the Maokai and Sejuani, so wouldn't be surprised to see him try and fall back towards a Vi if we don't see it taken away here by Elyoya.
I love that for both these junglers, we know what their priority pick should be. We know what they're going to look good on with their comfort. I love that you picked out the Xin Zhao because, of course, even though Titanic gets beefed back a bit, we know it's strong, but hey, ignore that. Instead, we go towards that Corki that has had a bit of a buff coming through in 14.1B.
Yeah, definitely a very, very strong pick at the moment, and it means you can get a lot of poke damage down as well. You got decent amount of team fight activity as well with the Kalista paired alongside this Corki too. It does mean though that you're kind of looking towards people like, hey, what can Elyoya or Myrwn bring when it comes towards like, hey, we want a bit more of the early power to facilitate something like a Kalista on that bottom side, especially with the Blitzcrank taken here for Labrov. So going to see if you can be a little bit more of an aggressive support here and see if they can go a bit onto the offensive in that bottom lane and keep Alvaro from being able to push in effectively on this Renata.
Labrov has been a bit spicy, I will say. Second game of Blitzcrank coming through. We've seen the Pike already as well. The Ashe has come through alongside Ice. So, again, this support really not shying away from having a piece of an engage tool for Team BDS. Now, Dagda, I want to talk to you about the bans that we should start looking through because one jungler taken away, you'd have to expect that Team BDS are going to keep targeting out Elyoya, who has been the lifeblood of this new Mad Lions Koi.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of looking already saying, hey, look, Sejuani taken off the board. It has gone back towards things like the Viego, but again, I do think you're looking towards Elyoya to be that big engage tool. When it comes towards this, like Myrwn, probably going to want to try and go back towards something that's a bit more of a, hey, maybe we want something like a Gwen, or we want something that's a bit more carry-oriented for him on that top side. But I am curious to see exactly, okay, going to take away the Cassante. So I think here for Sheo, you can probably go towards something like take that 5 for yourself if you want to, because you're you're kind of caught in a rock and a hard place here from Adlan's Koi, because you've got a relatively short range AD carry with the Kalista, but you have a composition the opposite side that kind of thrives in that environment, where you've got the Blitzcrank who can be a pain and just running up and hitting you, Neeko flashing in, getting the Kalista locked up. So I think something like a Vi to kind of add to that, hey, we got that chase down potential, is going to be super strong here for BDS. It's just a case of what Elyoya wants to try and respond with.
I mean, it's going to have to be something spicy. This is a pick, though, that is constantly banned away. I mean, we've seen here and back again in the past couple of weeks, but the thing about Nocturne is it's often one of those first rotation bans, Dagda. It would be nice to see Elyoya take it, or at least find that follow-up engage tool. Instead, the Rell, I guess, still fits a similar pattern.
Yeah, I mean, 14 bans and Nocturne's only slipped through twice, but not going to be the case. It's going to be the Rell taking, which I think is a good call. I think you need a little bit of tankiness to try and go in on this, and looks like we're actually, I wouldn't mind the Kennen here, to be perfectly honest. I mean, a bit of follow-up on the Rell. You can probably get a good amount of push on that top side as well, depending on if Adam wants to go for something weird like the Olaf. But just gives you that opportunity to try and, hey, we can actually try and go for these big team fights, play off of 2-item spike, and just see if we can overrun the game in the mid game.
In the meantime, finish it up. It's Renekton topside. Sorry to disappoint you guys. Adam's going a little bit more standard, but again, this is one of his picks as well. I feel like in the past he's also excelled on. Those are round things up, Dagda. I mean, again, we're seeing a slightly different draft from Mad Lions Koi, but we know there's team fighting there. We know there's a lot of all-in potential now with the engage from Elyoya, and the fact that Myrwn on this Kennen is going to play a pivotal role as well.
I mean, so much pressure from BDS on this top side, right? Like, you've got so much lockup, a ton of skirmish power, so I think that's where BDS are going to be trying to lend a lot of that. Yep. I wouldn't be surprised to see if Labrov is trying to roam to facilitate that top side skirmish as well, and trying to play through that, particularly around like Void Grubs or even Rift Herald and that sort of thing. Whereas on the opposite side, I think for Mad Lions Koi, it's kind of a similar story to what we've already seen. Myrwn should be fine in the 1v1. He's going to be grand. Then it's really looking towards like Supa and Alvaro in that bot lane to try and facilitate this Kalista, get her up and running, allow you to push and poke with the double ranged bot lane, and see if you can play through that as a win con.
I've heard that story before, though. I mean, Supa and Alvaro have been, you know, I guess a surprise for me, you know, coming through and me coming from all the way across the world and seeing these rookies come up and debut in the LEC. There's been a lot of hype around Supa, but Alvaro especially, I think, has been someone that hasn't been talked about enough, has been really good on this Renata pick, and yet again, if they can set it up to succeed, then you absolutely know that Alvaro is going to be a reliable support, just like you were saying on Labrov on the other side. But ladies and gentlemen, as we get on in, you know what this is all about. We're getting past that halfway point, at least accruing towards it. And when Mad are sitting 2-2, have already done better than expected. They want to keep the pace going, while BDS, a massive win to burn down Fnatic only yesterday, sits them on top of the scoreboard. Another win would move them to that magic number 4, if they can take down Mad here to open up today.
Yeah, I think for BDS, it's about trying to get that cleaner gameplay in the mid game. Well, honestly, on both sides, to be perfectly honest, like for Mad Lions Koi, they had a fantastic start against G2, but just weren't able to get it across the finish line. There was a few hiccups where they weren't really able to play out the game the way they'd want to. So for both these squads, yes, you can get the early game advantage, but it's really about cleaning up that mid game and making sure that you're going to be able to take that early lead and snowball it, particularly with the composition that Mad Lions Koi have at the moment. I suppose to be honest, with the Corki in the mid lane and the Kennen, you have a little bit of better scaling on Mad Lions Koi, so they can wait a little bit, but both these compositions definitely coming online around that 1 to 2 item spike.
Mixed bag, isn't it? Just a quick note, Fresskowy. We're just going pretty standard here on the Corki. I mean, there's nothing really to add on apart from the fact that Myrwn has gone for airy rather than anything like phase rush, but Dagda, I feel like I'm talking like 2019 or something up for the Kennen top side. At the very least, you talked about the trading in lane between Myrwn, between Adam, and even Laura in the interview before, you know, when she was talking to Adam, there's a bit of hype behind this matchup, considering that, again, it's Myrwn, this fresh face, going up against Adam, who both have spicy champion pools. We didn't get the spice. At least we got the Kennen, but I feel like there's still an epic story proportions to be had up here with the matchup we have, nevertheless.
Yeah, this is definitely two players that one for Adam is trying to move himself out of the conversation of just the guy who plays the weird champions into, hey, I am actually an incredibly strong top laner. And I think he has definitely started that transition into, hey, this is a name that you have to fear and respect when it comes to top laners in the LEC. But for Myrwn, it's kind of him coming in and starting to see if he can, well, take names, right? Picked up a solo kill against Broken Blade and trying to see now, and also against Cabo. I wanted to see now, hey, can I actually move that dial a little bit further forward where people have to take notice of Myrwn as he's coming into the league as well.
I mean, again, a player who I think has also been a very pivotal player. I could talk about the whole of Mad at this point. Let's look at the game state, because Elyoya going to be jumping on top of a pixel ward as he goes for the deep invade on this red side. Ice and Labrov getting pushed in. It's more about what Sheo can do as he hits level 3 himself, gets the camp, runs out. But these faces going to come across each other as Sheo taking the wide peak. But for now, I mean, Sheo can just push him out. Elyoya going to have to back away. Shattering Strike is there as well. Alvaro making the move, but it's a hook that gets dangerous here under turret.
Yeah, I'm surprised Elyoya went that far forward. You could see that the Gromp was being taken by Sheo as he moved into that brush. And you don't really win the 1v1, especially with Ice and Labrov, who should have been able to react a little bit quicker. If that hook had landed, or even if Labrov had moved that little bit quicker, I think that was Elyoya dead. So Elyoya at least, you know, getting some pressure here. He's still sticking around, though.
He's not left, has he? I mean, Sheo expects him to back off. But I'm not sure about the warning. It was actually placed in the other brush. Elyoya takes the easy route instead. Ice and Labrov under threat. Hook brings him in. Elyoya's like, okay, jumping down anyway. He's ignited, flashes away. Dagda, that was janky.
That was bizarre. I don't know what. I don't know why Elyoya. Like, I can kind of half get it. Elyoya is like, okay, Sheo has moved on. We can try and go for something. But you know that Ice and Labrov are going to hit level 3 off of that. So I don't know why you try and commit to the play. Now you've just wasted a ton of time on trying to get this bot lane ahead. Sheo is going to start to scoot ahead where he's picking up the skull crab for himself. Could even look for an opportunity to, well, as I was saying, move in here, at least get some vision. I don't know if he can try and steal anything because realistically he doesn't have push on top side and you've got the TP from Fresskowy coming back in. So yeah, he will just back away, but nice vision set up on this top side of the map now.
Yeah, I mean, look, again, further to your point, Sheo double the CS right now of Elyoya. Well, he's going to be spotted out in the ward, and I think that's more important, the fact that Elyoya is giving over information to Sheo because of that false move in the bot side. Scuttle taken to Elyoya behind the pace of the game. Well, it's that first back with a longsword, bit of extra damage for Sheo. That now gives him options to look at bottom side Scuttle himself, see he can impact bot, or depending on mid, and again, give pace and control to BDS here in this early game.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what's happening on the bot wave here, because you can see the reset is, well, Alvaro has actually stopped his reset, but yeah, it is going to be pushing out away from them, so I don't think he can get particularly much here. He'll get Scuttle and should be able to just make sure that Labrov and Ice can push this wave in to get their own reset off. Labrov looking for the hook.
Oh, close one. Good handshake from Alvaro in the end. Keeps him alive as the wave gets pushed in with no AD carry there, so again, a couple of minions going to be denied from Supa, who goes back for his Berserker Greaves.
I think they just needed the reset, though, for Ice and Labrov. They kind of missed an opportunity there to get one back, so Supa and Alvaro should be able to shove in this wave a little bit more effectively now. Maybe try and open up Alvaro to go for some sort of roam, especially into mid lane, because you can see Nuke has just been permanently shoving in this mid lane.
Yep.
So Labrov gonna not go for his own actually, neither have gone for a reset here. So yeah, you can see they've just kind of mucked us.
Oh, they're trying to be in river first. Dagda, it's dangerous, but Sheo's there waiting. This right now is jungle diff. First blood over to the Vibe. BDS are chilling as Labrov gets a couple of spears in, flashes away. Supa is trying to bring it back himself. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, Elyoya with a crash down. Forced the flash out of Nuke. That's a good thing here for Mad. As well as that flash for Labrov down bot side. Getting something, but not the gold that was given over to Sheo.
Yeah, Alvaro was convinced that they'd gone for that reset on the opposite side, but they hadn't actually gone for it. So Supa now just trying to keep Ice and Labrov in this lane for as long as possible. Sheo hovering behind because Elyoya is already on the way down.
There's a ward in brush if Sheo moves any closer. Labrov and Ice, as you said, stuck in because they don't want to lose out too much, but their health bars say the opposite. Alvaro's also back now as well as Mad Koi. You look at the wave clear of Kalista, Dagda. It's just so easy to get this wave in. And
the thing is that you don't even have the kill going to the bot lane. The kill goes to Sheo in this. So
good point.
They go for, hey, look, they should have reset on that last wave. But if you see, so Supa able to chase them down. So Labrov and Ice actually aren't able to get some of this wave that's underneath the tower now as well because they're just trying to run away. So they end up losing some of the CS there, and they'll lose this next wave that comes in. So when we actually come back to live, you can see there's a pretty sizable CS lead and also gold advantage. And now the Dragon going over to Mad Lion's Koi off the back of that. So although it is a kill going to BDS, I actually give an advantage to Mad Lion's Koi off of the bad resets that Ice and Labrov had.
And that bottom lane, again, it has about 100 gold lead. It's nothing, but still 10 CS is worth talking about. And it's just the biggest question of what Sheo can do in response. He starts off the grubs in this top side. Maybe he can get something here top. Dagda, what do you think the next move is? Because again, for BDS, we then have to use the biggest tool, which is going to be this fight jungle.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Elyoya, I'd like to try and get back into this bottom side of the map. Supa, I don't think, well, actually, it's actually off the size of this wave, should hit 6. And I think you can try and make a play off of Alvaro into Supa trying to go for something spicy. You can even see Elyoya trying to go for just that. He's going to wrap around in behind them, knowing that they have the level advantage. And you're about to hit 6 up the wave. This is going to be a disaster for Ice. He's got no flash.
Well, walking it through. And the question is, Elyoya coming down. That flash going to be burned early. The knockup comes through. Shattering strike there as well. Elyoya gets hooked back in. Not again! Dagda! Not again!
Yeah, I mean, that needed to be Alvaro who tanked that hook, because you had Supa, who you'd see just hit 6, would have been able to take him back out from underneath the tower, but Labrov managing to get the hook underneath the tower and catching MDK completely off. Labrov's still hovering off the
He's
side.
also got Hex Flash, Dagda. That's dangerous over the wall, but Mad Koi's bottom lane is out. Death goes through. Now, Elyoya before struggled, but this time sealing the deal. I mean, let's just talk about gold bouncing back and forth, because Ice now has one to his pocket too.
And that's the thing, it's kind of fixed Ice and Labrov in this bottom lane as well. Labrov will manage to get the reset off here, should be able to back just as Supa, because he's going to slow push in this wave. So opening up a lot of control on this bottom side now for BDS. When it had gone so well for Madeline's Koi, and when we look across the rest of the map, it's all kind of gone a bit bog standard. Sheo having that extra kill, a little bit more gold for himself. May even find Alvaro here though.
Only level 5, so doesn't have his ulti to stop this play. Sheo with his own ulti as Elyoya's moving mid. Nuke wants to join this play, but a Shattering Strike stops him, as now for Fresskowy, gold on him would be incredible. The Flash Magnet Storm, Elyoya knows exactly what he needs to do. And with the range advantage as well, Fresskowy has a big one, fires down, and Nuke is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, this is the thing, we talked about Nuke being very overextended consistently in this mid lane, and see the opportunity for Elyoya, catches Nuke out, no flash available, so managing to pick him off nice and easy. Sheo and Labrov though trying to respond on the bottom side, but I mean, look at where Supa is. He's well aware that there can be multiple members of BDS down in this bot side, especially with the size of this wave. I think Alvaro had gone for that reset. Means that Elyoya, as you can see, has to come down here to help him out so we can actually collect this wave.
And they got Void Grubs, remember? BDS picked up 3 in the top side. That was Sheo. So easy to push down. Ice able to get first turret plate as well. And that gold game has just swung back and forth. Supa trying to clear out the wave. You can see Dagda, observers toggling vision, because there is a plan afoot for BDS in the bot side.
Elyoya's reset as well. This is going to be perfect timing. There he goes.
Sheo's in and Chain's out as well. He can't move. Supa with another kill over to Ice. And BDS's bot side rejoice.
And that's the second time now that BDS have gone for these kind of unconventional plays, and it's worked out with a kill at least going over in their favor. Ice managing to pick himself up another kill off the back of that is going to just help out massively. You get to pushing the wave once more, so that's a lot of gold now, and kind of the experience being leveled up now between these two AD carries. So really nice job from Sheo to correct this bot lane after it had gone a little bit awry at the beginning.
You're going to be able to correct mid as well. Fresskowy moving, because Adam's made his roam down. Labrov is going to cover the wall, and Fresskowy fails the flash. Adam matches, and with Dominus, no!
Labrov, what? There was no need for that.
He didn't need to, but it's Blitzcrank. I mean, I am the carry now.
I was going to say, I mean, especially when Adam had committed the flash, just let him get the kill. But, I mean, like, Fresskowy, welcome to just playing against Adam. The mid lane is never a 1v1. There is always an Adam that will roam down around about this time and finds a nice moment to have that wave crash topside and then managing to pick up the wave as it goes back as well. So, Fresskowy kind of getting a bit of a rude awakening as Adam moves back up here to collect his wave.
At least collecting most of it, but would have been nice to have a kill on top of that. 500 gold up for the Kennen, who gets his second plate up topside. So while Adam makes the move, I mean, again, the fact that Labrov got the kill kind of hurts the soul a little bit, you know? Even as a support main Dagda, I know my role, man. I don't take kill.
It's more that I know when I'm going to get flamed. That was definitely where I'm going to get flamed.
Yeah.
Still, though, I think, look, nice to see Labrov off on the roams and trying to see if he can help out. And I think it's the right call, especially as, you know, when Ice is gone for these sort of resets, I think you're in a good spot. Elyoya might find himself on the business end of a hook, but not a huge amount of BDS players around. But Elyoya aware that Blitzcrank was in the area.
Yeah, again, Labrov making these roams, it's going to bring me back to a story, but I might have to pause because Dragon's spawning. Now, Mad were able to pick up the first one, as you see Elyoya gearing up for number 2. And that's because the push in bot side again, Dagda, using this 2v2. Well, your eyes open because you're like, oh, there's Labrov again.
Yeah, he is eyeing up a hook. A lot of members of MDK here, though, and you can see Nuke and Sheo are trying to make a play on mid lane. As Fresskowy might try and enter.
Sheo's ult just came up, by the way.
They're going to collapse on Sheo.
So with that ulti up and available, maybe they can make a turn. I'm wondering, is Supa moving into Foggerball? There's no vision here. There he goes. Sheo now out, not going to take the play, as the package in Fresskowy's hand also influences the play.
It is so hard to try and start this up as Madeline's Koi, because you're always going to have 2 pinches that can come in, one from the top side and one coming in from this bot side as well. And even Labrov is going to be able to be in a position to look for hooks, but So you really need to get bot side pressure and then get vision control in the enemy jungle before you can really go for it. Because there's always an opportunity to just play over these walls like Labrov is showing to look for hooks in these non-committal ways where Mad Lions Koi are trying to set up for the dragon.
Great point. I mean, Mad paying the respect, it seems, not taking the full-on plunge towards the objective. BDS get the shove on bot, and now to and fro, it's their turn to move up towards River. And Dagda, we've got to remember, the package has a timer on it as well. So we'll have to find out when that is, because BDS hold control of the bottom side. They threaten away the dragon, are on the edge of a ward, but as that expires, Labrov will be in no man's land, playing a little bit dirty to find out who he can get.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. BDS, we're like, cool, as long as we can get push in bot, we're able to hold control in mid, so we can move towards Dragon. Elyoya going to respond by immediately moving up towards the Void Grub. Yep. This Kennen has had permanent shove in this top side of the map, so he's always kind of been able to play for this objective, can even call Myrwn down if needs be. But for BDS, they're going to continue this push on bot lane, and without Fresskowy being able to really roam here, Supa's just got to give up more of this control. And I think this is where, you know, Void Grubs, they're nice if you can get a couple of them, but it's always kind of hurting your bottom side of the map at the same time, because BDS know exactly where you are when this announcement goes off.
Maybe it hurts more as well, because Sheo's going to be here. It's that ulti once again, the Pop Blossom to follow through. Will you get to move? Labrov, leave it! Leave it! Leave it! There you go, he's done it. And Nuke picks up the kill this time, as everybody has to kill Fresskowy.
Yeah, and I mean, just again, BDS using their tempo a little bit better. It takes so long for Elyoya to try and finish off these grubs. They know that he's not going to be able to move in towards the mid lane, and just a great engage coming through from Sheo, immediate follow-up by Nuke, and that's kind of how you can use the time invested on towards Void Grubs if you're late to the play like Elyoya was, to get some extra things on the map.
And Dagda, while we are talking up some of the plays that BDS are making, while we see plates on the top of our screen, thank you very much to our team, I want to note that Labrov, again, did this same thing against Fnatic on the Blitzcrank, right? That was the big roaming game we saw, their 28-minute game against Fnatic as well, might I add. Labrov on this pick, making magic happen once more. It's been really exciting to watch him play. He's got 100% kill participation, 104 on this Blitzcrank, and he's on the move yet again, seeing what he can fish up towards this top side, while BDS are moving up to take the Herald. That's just spawned on top of it as well.
And this is kind of the beauty that you get with this poke Varus. He's so insane at pushing out mid-wave that, look, you don't actually end up getting the towers here. They will trade this for the bot tower, but it still means that you can contest mid lane pressure and then immediately roam over towards the Herald, or lock Labrov to kind of go, right, Ice is safe. He's just one shot away with his Q. Let's see if I can work with Sheo to invest into a gank on top side, or even shift my pressure down to bot lane to work with Nuke to see if I can get a pick against Fresskowy. So I think that's where BDS are going to try and look for it, especially with this Riptile picked up. I think they're going to try and shove out a side wave here with Nuke. You can already see he's kind of slow building that one on the bottom side of the map, and then look to have Nuke rotate towards mid with Ice as Sheo comes off of reset here, and try and look for that mid lane turret as a 4-man group.
On the other side, tell me a little bit more about what you do for Mad, because they're trying to make a play to the top side after the fact. They've been spotted out walking through River and now showing their face in top side as Supa's clearing this wave, trying to threaten another turret where BDS haven't even picked up their first one yet, so maybe not a bad play as Elyoya looks for it. Adam now isolated, but he has Flash and Dominus. Supa walking up here, dangerous as the wave clears, super easy as Renekton. They pull the ulti out, they clear the wave, and Mad won't go any further.
Yeah, it does slow the pace down. So you can see here, because Sheo was pulled in towards topside to try and facilitate Adam, he's going to be late on the reset. So that big wave that Nuke was building on that bottom side is now crashed, and Nuke is kind of just sitting there, not really able to do particularly much in the map. So it's kind of a nice play by Mad Lions Koi to jump the gun and get ahead of what BDS were trying to achieve there on the map. So now Nuke again will have to try and slow push in this bot wave. Maybe he can try and put some pressure onto this bot lane turret, but with Myrwn here, we'll more than likely have to give respect to the Kennen. But it means that you're not really able to group up as effectively as you'd like here. And Mad Lions Koi now should be able to match it. If you try and commit to mid lane as BDS, Mad Lions Koi just commit to top side, and they're still trading tower for tower.
You've got time to do it. 1 minute 30 till the next dragon as well. So Mad using those windows quite well. As Sheo, you could say, is doing the same. That is the real Sheo, by the way, if anyone's wondering, with a Herald in his back pocket as well. So the difference is, they get a kill here. The push becomes a little bit more deadly, a little bit faster as Nuke threatening up. You've got the grubs to do the damage, but Myrwn's like, come on, man. Come on, do it. Just do it. No worries. Oh, and he says do it. Nuke flashes away. Myrwn, still a bit of a devil. That's dangerous.
It does mean, though, he has no ult, or sorry, no flash. I think ult might just about be back up in time for Dragon, but not having flash is a real downside, because ideally you would like to try and go onto ice and try and pick that off. Now, Nuke not having a flash, it kind of, same response. It's not great that you have burnt that, but at least he keeps the Terror alive. It'll just be curious to see how he tries to position himself now if they try to contest this next Dragon with that flash now down.
I love the logic, Dagda. You know, I feel the chat energy, like Myrwn's like, come on, I dare you. You're telling me it's a big summoner down, and I agree. I mean, the ulti as well, half the cooldown remaining, so we'll see if he can do anything without the core summoner with just the Proto Belt. And as you mentioned, 20 seconds till the next Dragon. It will be the third on Summoner's Rift, one each for BDS and for MDK. And BDS right now walking into River first, but Mad getting a bit of CC off and trying to get authority, but it's hard when you have 5 big items on the map. Plus seconds building in ice, in Nuke. A lot of damage here and a lot of ability to get poked out by BDS if Mad walk in.
Yeah, don't forget we still have this Rip Tower for Sheo. There it goes. It's actually just going to be put down. So I think that not the biggest fan of this Rift Tower usage. It's not in the best of spots. So yes, you will get a charge as they try and start up the Dragon, but I don't think as Madeline's Koi, you particularly have to worry about this. Maybe you just immediately go for Dragon, but looks like, yeah, they're actually just going to try and stop this one from charging. Maybe they get it.
Trying at least, but Labrov gets the bait on in. Fresskowy caught out, Chains of Corruption. Can't use the package. I believe he had it in hand, Dagda, but no more. Ice now on a killing spree as BDS also picked up the Dragon. Their Herald was a ruse. And if you add the kill on top of it, I guess you call it worth. Yeah,
so I mean, the fact that you end up stopping the Rift Herald is nice. For Madeline's Koi, you will still lose out on bot lane here as Sheo's able to move down, but Fresskowy getting hooked is a big mistake. Looks like Madeline's Koi were trying to respond to the play, but now you're just down a man. BDS still get the play, and Myrwn?
Oh, the flash on top. Adam doesn't nail him down. That's rough, especially when you know the Kennen was vulnerable. At least able to push the wave in, but Elyoya now here for backup.
Yeah, so everyone on BDS is just going to back away. They still hold on to the mid lane tower, which honestly is a pretty sizable win. The fact that you don't end up taking that means it's going to be a little bit more difficult for BDS to completely shove it away for ice and open up Labrov to start to lean in towards side lane. So I think for Madeline's Koi, despite if you hadn't given over the kill for Fresskowy, I think you're relatively happy with how that passage of play went out. It's just a case of now, okay, can we start to push out these side lanes, not give the opportunity for BDS to really be a nuisance in the mid lane, and if you can wait for our next objective where Myrwn has his flash back up, you can look for some sort of flank and see if you can catch BDS off guard.
I'm wondering if it's going to be into desperation as Labrov, again, fishing for the hook. Can ask that question a little bit later as Elyoya, again, the front line in this battle. This Kalista laning phase started out strong, we knew, from the CS lead. The problem is, Dagda in this game, I mean, Supa and Alvaro haven't really had the chance to shine. The lane has turned against them. Ice is now 1,000 ahead. Now with opportunity as well. 2-item lethality Varus. And it's hard to see where Supa comes into the fight unless something like this happens. Maybe with Labrov and the Magnet Storm as he flashes away. It could be a pick that gives them gold, gives them an edge back on in this close game.
It's a nice read from Madeline's Koi. They're like, look, Nuke hasn't shoved in topside. Let's just quickly move Fresskowy down, use this 3-man unit that we have and see if maybe we can get the pick. Because if you can manage to secure that, okay, shove out topside or catch the wave, you can start to threaten mid lane turret, really open up this game as Myrwn. Again, just trying to be a nuisance, and the big thing that Madeline's Koi are using is the fact that side lanes are not good for BDS. They haven't been keeping them pushed out. You can even see there's no real threat on this bottom side because the wave is halfway in the lane and you still got to get to the tier 2. So using these little timing windows to see if they can get picks is exactly what they need to do to pull this game back.
And again, there was good opportunity in topside just before the last Dragon. We've seen multiple times, further to your point, that Mad have tried to be proactive and get a play on the opposite side. But the problem is, it's whether it's Spidey sense from Nuke, it's whether it's, you know, Ice and Labrov consistently moving around the map, especially that Blitzcrank with Trailblazer. There's always a threat that BDS are not where they should be as the hook comes in. You know what? Yeah, give him the kill. I think Labrov is going to earn MVP if BDS keep playing like this.
I mean, unfortunate for Alvaro. You really shouldn't have taken that way. Like, that should not have been the direction that you went into that. Ends up finding out that there's a ward placed there, and now BDS have kind of found the pick that they need to take over this topside jungle, force Elyoya back. Fresskowy has to get out of there as well as Labrov. He's on the hunt once more, has that hook and Hex Flash available. Sheo. Oh, they're actually going to transfer to mid. Supa's in so much trouble.
Adam coming over. He burnt the flash before, but it's just a threat. Sheo committing under the inner because the rest of Mad are all the way towards topside. Chain of Corruption doesn't land, but at least the poke does. However, Supa survives without his summoners. but surviving all the same.
Yeah, I mean, there is an argument for Ice to just flash there to guarantee the Chains of Corruption, but I actually kind of like that he didn't. Having no flash for the upcoming third dragon for BDS would be an absolute
man. You and I used to cast LPL together. You're like, oh, they should have done this. They should have done that.
Get him in the ground.
I like the restraint now, says Dagda. Okay, yeah, very different person than when we used to cast together.
Look, I'm a sellout, man, all right? I've accepted it. Although this is a move and a half. I don't know. I mean, you do this relatively quick with Malignance now on the Corki, but BDS already in the area. This could go terribly very quickly with a Labrov.
I mean, the problem is it's a Hex-Tech Drake. That means you've got Hex-Tech Gates as well. So getting here is not the hard part for BDS. It's maybe getting into the normal Baron pit. And at 5k, Myrwn coming in for the flank is big, but Nuke is a fake minion.
He's the flash.
That's who you're going to watch on out. The Pop Blossom in the pit, nails him down. And Team BDS right in front. It's a good ulti from Alvaro, but it's late. And Myrwn's like, nah, man, the fight's already done. I'm out of there. Just give them the Baron. And maybe a little bit more, because under this outer turret on the top side, BDS, they're cooking something good. It's like Gordon Ramsay, 2 bits of bread. And Mad Koi has to sit there and take it as BDS continue the dive. Labrov late with a hook doesn't matter because everyone else is dead. And BDS are looking red hot in this week 2 to move to that magic number 4.
I mean, a fantastic fight from BDS. Desperation, honestly, from Mad Lions Koi, but I don't think they really needed to. I think they could have held on to this, but I need to watch this fight again. So this was, okay, Nuke coming in, absolutely fantastic. What is happening with Myrwn's ultimate here? Does he just not flash over the wall, or?
What?
I don't know what Myrwn did. Like, all right, big thumbs up, cool, but that's massive ultimate down. He doesn't flash over the wall. I'm so perplexed as to what the hell Myrwn was doing. Both. And yeah, because of that, it's an easy fight. You're basically fighting 4 versus 5 in that case, and you already started tanking the Baron.
Solo laners from Mad Koi, Dagda. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, have been nigh unimpactful, it feels like, in this game. You know, Sheo with a jungle diff, let's be real, from the concert diving bot. Yeah, a bit of complexity. Okay, then, they say.
Yeah, that's kind of how I looked in the middle of that fight as well.
Yes. Oh, man, that's rough. As you said, they're waiting for his flash to come up. That was the opportunity. Myrwn might have had an angle. Maybe thought, it's in the too hard basket. But, hey, at the very least for Team BDS, we sing their praises. A 7,000 gold lead here as Red Bull Baron power play kicks off. And look at how much standing gold you have inners through all 3 lanes. While BDS move as a 4-man unit, Nuke continues to be blindsided as Myrwn TP's okie dokie. That was a control ward though, so they know he's there. They know he TP'd as he ultis through. He hasn't found any big targets, flashes away, Chains of Corruption. Myrwn has had a great start to the LEC, but unfortunately, I will not be saying that today.
Oh no!
Because Mad Koi are getting collapsed on Nuke with his ulti. It's all too easy. Nuke's going to be taken down at the very least, but now Adam has made himself known. He's going to run in, flash Supa, doing a good job of cleansing away. Hang on! Mad still got a bit of the raw as Elyoya gets poked out and almost dies to ice. BDS going a little bit too far, and Mad getting something back.
I averted my eyes after the initial play from Myrwn. I was like, oh, okay, this one's over, but fair enough, man. Let's go and imagine turn it back. This was a dream, a miracle, a Hail Mary play, whatever the hell you want to call it. But like, Myrwn gets locked up by ice, and then they want to try and continue this. So the TP comes through from Nuke. Like, has the ultimate to try and follow this one up. Oh, okay, so Fresskowy just using the package to get on out of that. And also then a really good ult coming through from Alvaro as well. Really turns this one around. So 2 plays, just both from mid and support, setting that up perfectly. And then Supa hop, skipping and jumping very effectively. Good cleanse on the stun coming through from the Renekton. Means that he's able to continue the DPS as the fight goes on.
And get a shutdown. I mean, again, we look at the goal difference of the game. It skews a little bit after that play. BDS are still ahead, and just a quick note, they are on Soul Point, which they can move to in 3 minutes if they so choose at this angle. But Dagda, here's where the optimism comes in. Here's where a bit of the cope comes in for Mad. You know, we got Baron in 2 minutes 40. It coincides with the Dragon timer.
Wait, so why are Mad Lions Koi here? Baron's in 2 minutes 30.
That's a great question. I'll let you explain that. Topside way.
I mean, yeah, you can push out topside, but you got, like, realistically, we're going to be looking at not Baron, but Hex Dragon in 230. So you want to be investing your wards on the bottom side. Bot side of the map is completely littered with wards for BDS at the moment, and now you're just letting your mid and bot wave been pushed in so you can establish that vision again. I don't
Where's
know.
the cope, Dagda? I said the words cope. I started talking about Mad. What are you giving me?
I mean, maybe a coach to get you out of this rainy day.
All right, cheers for that.
But yeah, okay. And you can kind of see now, this is where that lack of vision comes in. And for a Blitzcrank, this is perfect. And great job from the observers, just showing how dark that control on the bottom side of the map is for Adline's Koi. Now, Adam has moved up towards his top side of the map, so BDS will back away. But it's only MDK starting to take control again over this area of the map, whereas now you get the waves pushed in, BDS will get to take that vision back. And a minute 40 until Hex Dragon. This is a lot of control for BDS, just as they're about to go for those resets into that dragon fight.
And I think, you know, seeing a clean mid-game from BDS, I know there's a lot of concerns out of fans about how certain LEC teams are looking, maybe even the league, right, and quality of gameplay. I think seeing clean mid-game right now is very cathartic for me. It's very therapeutic. Because I think our mid-game so far have been a little bit all over the place. Dagda, you know, seeing early gold leads, even from Mad yesterday, right? Seeing good early gold leads, but then the ability to translate it through the mid-game has always been the concern. So far from BDS, I think this has been... Oh, wait, no, we saw that play bot. But everything else
I definitely think it's cleaner. I think there are opportunities that they could be using, like, hey, okay, let's try and push in our waves a little bit better so then we're able to get control over a part of the map a little bit sooner. Like, you can see now, Adam, he's gone for the later reset to push out top, but hasn't really gotten full control there. Also the fact, I don't think BDS should be trying to establish vision control on this top side. I think he should just have Adam off this next wave as it comes in, create this little bit of a slow push that then shoves out. I think Adam pushed this wave a bit too quickly on the top end, but hang on, they're in behind him here.
Yeah, it could turn into a play, couldn't it, as Mad on the quick evacuation path out. Remember that Myrwn's not here. His teleport up in a second. Now that it is so, we'll see if it can be turned as Alvaro with a quick handshake. Teleport burn first from BDS. As you see, that Kennen is just not joining. Elyoya's gonna die. BDS stuck in a 5 versus 4. They're happy to take that. As Sheo finds the ulti and over the wall, it climbs. Fresskowy in a bad place, and it's going to get even worse as the lights go on out. Mad are just left stuck in the middle of such an unfortunate play stacked up.
Yeah, completely caught out. Now Adam gonna move across here. Myrwn, you're gonna get found real quick, buddy.
I mean, this Kennen had such a great laning phase, but unable to get into the fight. The hook lands. Oh, Labrov, the face call going to save him, but as Alvaro flashes for the ulti, it only hits 2 onto ice. It might not matter as Myrwn is ulting a Vi. Supa's running for his life. He ain't the hot fire today. Instead, it's a bit of a sizzle as Adam takes him out, and Nuke off the side says hello. Another piece of the prey. 17-3, and BDS are just toying with the Lions this game.
Yeah, I respect Supa for giving it a shot there. Like, actually put a little bit of hurt onto ice, but that was not a hit from Adline's Koi. Completely caught out. You see, they spot Sheo on this top side. Alvaro, like, spots that Sheo's there, and they know that BDS are going to be trying to look for any sort of pick before this fight kicks off. They managed to find Elyoya, and then Sheo as well. Good flash. I managed to follow Fresskowy the whole way along. Fresskowy just not quite getting the distance that he needs. And now, with Hexol available, we're going to go back to the picture-in-picture. Baron started in the face of Madline's Koi, and I'm not really sure there's much they can do about it.
I agree. What are you going to do? I mean, Labrov just running down Elyoya, who's had a bit of a rough one himself. I mean, let's be real. You know, BDS are on a bit of a high right now, Dagda. It's the win yesterday versus Fnatic that was like, hang on a minute. Now against Mad as well. They're making it look easy as a pick on him with Chains of Corruption and the backline access.
Oh my God.
Nuke layers down. Dagda has closed his eyes. Oh, the humanity. He can't look. Well, that TP into the backside. Myrwn, that was him, Dagda. Myrwn TP to the top side, but he just couldn't get in again.
Yeah, they immediately just resets. BDS are taking over. They've got the wave in that top side. They're just going to try and close it off, or at least crack open the base. But I'm curious how far they want to go. With only 20 seconds left, they'll just crack open the base and then more than likely look for resets into trying to see if they can get these other inhibitors. Unless Labrov can land some funky hook here. He's fishing for us.
Dagda, he doesn't have real flash. He does have a Hex Gate to get out, though. Adam going to take it as well. And then it can time Nuke backing.
That's not the real Nuke.
No,
it's all right.
But he would at this point, honestly, as we look at this again.
But again, vision control set up. There's the TP for Myrwn, trying desperately to find these flank angles, but Elyoya's just caught out the second he moves in. Nuke, great flash in to get that knock up, and then Myrwn's like, oh, guys, anyone still here? Oh, he's doing the winner's interview already. That's nice. I thought he was holding up a microphone. Like, what do you think we should do here? How do you do it? Yeah.
I mean, look, you'd feel so confident after that, and you know, I'm going to give some props to Myrwn. You know, it's his debut split. I think the most important thing is that how do you find an angle with how hard it's been?
He's trying real hard.
Maybe this is it. Maybe it's not his fault. Maybe Madkoy's top laner can get an angle here. He's got Flash, he's got Slicing Maelstrom. He's played the long con, Dagda.
No package on Corki yet, though, so he's still out of vision. This is where you need to go. Elyoya needs to start this one up.
This will be a miracle play. Nuke is faking as a minion. We need that big ulti. Myrwn finally gets on in, onto Ice. He's down. The shutdown worth it. You'd have to think so, but again, Nuke finds 3 people. It's a pop, it's a blossom, and it's a big old bang as Adam's picked up 3. Holy moly, it was close to a quadra. BDS are just way too far ahead, and Fresskowy is going to feel the big old fist of the law, the fist of the robot, whatever that thing is. And BDS take another cleave. Couple of members dead, but as Nuke goes to the top side with his teleport, BDS made short work of Mad. It might have gone for 32 minutes, but our team standing on top of the scoreboard, the LEC Winter Split, it's BDS, and they are looking mighty fine.
Big all win for BDS off the back of this. Their split looking pretty clean at the moment. I mean, the fact that they pick up the win yesterday over Fnatic and now picking up the win over Madeline's Koi, week 2 has been very, very good for BDS and their fans.
I mean, if you're a Labrov fan specifically right now, you are looking pretty good because Labrov on Blitzcrank 2 times in a row was against Fnatic and now today against Mad Koi. I think you can start putting respect towards this pick.
Yep, I think big time. And I mean, look, Nuke great in those team fights as well. The Neeko doing absolute work with the ultimates. And look, there was still some hiccups when it comes to like reset timers and stuff on the bot lane and trying to get that advantage. But as soon as Sheo was able to get down there and help him get a couple of kills, I mean, Ice just ran away. But the amount of damage that he was doing in team fights with this poke Varus, I think it's, what, 8 kills maybe by the end of that game? He was fairly well fed by the time we closed that one out.
Oh yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, remember you can vote for your key of player of the game at LEC on X. It's Sheo, Ice, or Labrov, Dagda. Wow.
I wonder where you're going, Hysterics.
Who would I vote for, I wonder? Of course, you can do that over on X. Ladies and gentlemen, though, we are going to toss to a break. Don't worry. We'll be back after this, and there will be an interview with Ice after the break.